Hi, Dad. Do you take time to communicate your values to your daughter? It's so important. It's who you are. It's who she is. It's a way of learning and having a methodology of being able to communicate your true self, of being able to work out conflict, because many times values can be conflict. And so people need to have a way of understanding who they are and why they are and what makes them tick and be able to communicate that effectively. Well, where do they learn that from? Well, Dad, a lot of it ends up coming back on you. Where you, Dad, many times set the tone for your family. I know that sounds a little bit old-fashioned, but the studies have shown that when dads are involved, their daughters want to understand. It's an approval thing, and they many times will adapt your values, good and bad, because they have respect for you as their father. It's a little bit, that's the way it is. So how do we do that? Well, it's important that you take time to communicate your values. Now, you might not want to just come blasting into the house and we're having supper and all of a sudden you pipe up and say, I just want to talk about patriotism. Well, and you might do that. Actually, that might be kind of fun. I'd be crazy enough to do something like that. But many times it's when the situation arises. It's because you're taking time with your family, like a fireworks display. Usually, they're supposed to start at 9:30. It got dark. It didn't happen. Takes a while. You're out there. You're in the middle of a field. And so there's plenty of time for family time to go on. And it's a good time to say, what are we doing out here anyway? Well, part of it is that Dad is a patriot. He loves being an American. Now, you might not be from America. You might be from Germany. You might be from England. But it's communicating those values to them. So I'm talking about a 4th of July uniquely American experience, but it's the same in all countries around the world. You have that patriotism moment when you have your national holidays. And it's taking time, Dad, within that context to say, I am an American or whatever your nationality is, and say, here's why. Here's why it's important to me. Here's the things I value about that. And helping them understand and give, as you talk about it, they'll understand ways of communicating things that are in their core. Not just things they think, not just things that they have in their heart, but things that are part of their core, their being, their real stuff. So take time, Dad. Don't be afraid to wander in when those opportunities come up. And it might be politics, might be religion, might be patriotism, might be family, might be your job, things that are really core to you, friends that you have. Why did you pick the friends you have? Don't be afraid to wander into these value areas because that's where you live. That's where your daughter lives. And if she's going to be in community, she needs to be able to communicate at those levels. You can do this, Dad. Thanks for stopping by.